What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. When Jibri showed Miona how to peel a string cheese, she literally gasped and said, "That's how you eat it?" It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
There are two types of people in this world. The people who peel the string cheese and the people who just go
That's
right
what
in.
I do. I'm like,
Go right in for
I
it.
did not know you're supposed to peel it.
There's two approaches you can take
Okay.
to string cheese.
Okay. I did not know it's called the string cheese.
The name kind of gives it away.
I thought it's called the stick cheese. That's
you do.
why.
You do call it stick cheese
Yeah,
to me.
if I have a stick, I'm gonna bite on it. Even though if it's like a
I would not
pretzel
recommend
stick,
that.
pretzel stick, a cheese stick,
Understood.
right?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's called string cheese. You peel it. And
It's so silly.
it's fun. It's fun as a kid to do.
Such a silly cheese.
You can take two approaches to string cheese, and I think it depends on how hungry you are. If you're hungry, okay, you go right for it. You attack it. You bite its head off. If you're snacking, which string cheese I think was invented as a snack, you peel. It takes time. You don't overindulge. You have fun with it, and just one little bite at a time.
I mean, I do like string cheese. Maybe I'll. I mean, I'm a cheese gourmet. What do you call it? A gourmet person?
Spoken like a true gourmet person. Connoisseur, maybe.
What?
Connoisseur.
What is it, like a dinosaur?
We talked about that. You have not learned? No. You're a cheese person.
Yes, I like good cheese. Like I like cheese that much that John gave me this beautiful, nice cheese box for my birthday.
Yeah,
and
no
it was
string cheese included in that.
That was the bomb. But
So
yeah,
you've never peeled a string cheese.
no.
We got to get you some string cheese.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I like string cheese. I guess I haven't had it in a while. But I mean, I want to peel that bitch.
Now you know. Yeah, you got to peel the bitch. Can I talk for a minute here? Can I be honest for a second?
Sure.
So I've been on the internets, I've been on the social media, and I just saw an article by Screen Rant. They just published an article about how a bunch of people are complaining about this season already, saying they're disappointed in it already. It was on Screen Rant. Can I go on a rant? I would like to go on a rant.
Okay,
here.
go.
Okay. Guys, and I feel like our listeners like this season, so I don't know who I'm talking to, but guys, this is 90 Day Fiance, okay?
The OG.
It's about foreigners coming to America. So all of you guys who don't like it already or agree with the Screen Rant article, how about we let the foreigners unpack their bags before we judge the season of 90 Day Fiance?
That's a great point. Like, yeah, there is nothing to judge really. All of these guys are either on the way or they just touched down.
Yeah.
Just touched down.
And we can dislike characters, and that's fine. And we can say, oh, I don't like this new guy, Patrick, or I don't like Emily. I don't know. But that's not really what the show's about. The show's about the dynamic, what happens between these couples. So let's give it a chance here. I'm optimistic. I like it. I want it so bad, and I want you guys to want it so bad. So give it a minute. Give it an episode
I like
or two.
it too. I think it's good so far.
I think it's great so far.
Obviously, there's not that much drama just yet because we just started.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of potential drama that I can already see.
And if you want to complain about anything, complain about it being episode 4 and the couple's not really being together yet, okay? That
True.
we dragged it out 4 episodes and still not everyone is touched down in America. Complain about that. Don't complain, oh, this season sucks. Hasn't started yet. A little premature, okay?
True.
That's my rant. And I hope you guys agree more with me than Screen Rant because we're in this thing for the long haul. We're enjoying it, and we want you guys to enjoy it too. Whether you like the season or not, I hope you enjoy the podcast. That's really the most important thing.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. We're
totally
gonna-
agree with my husband, John, who
Thank you.
just said this whole thing that I didn't even know he's going to say.
I tend to do that. Sometimes I got to get things off my chest, okay?
Do it. Always do it. Always get things off your chest.
Okay. So let me get a couple more things off my chest, a little housekeeping. we have to do here. If you guys want to follow us on social media, I think you should do it. You can follow us at Married to Reality Pod. And I touched a little bit on my rant when we went live the other day on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod.
That's okay. I was literally gonna tell you, wait a minute, you talked about this already, but it was on our live. It was on
our live, and you guys, if you missed it, it was a great one.
It was so much fun. I hope.
For us, it was. We had a great time. So thank you for showing up. Again, we do it once in a while on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. So make sure you're following us there for all the things, the memes, the lives, the updates. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook too, but we're mostly active on Instagram. So check us out there. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. Okay, right now, wherever you are listening, no matter what platform it is, look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Kobe's reaction to this baby. Because it was just beautifully hot.
Yes.
Come on. Him crying as this big dude that he is, I think that was beautifully hot.
Yeah, I was getting nervous as you were ramping up into that smash it like it's hot, because I thought you were going to say smash it like it's as hot as Kobe's underwear. And I was going to have to shut the mics down and cancel this podcast.
I mean, he's wearing isn't it like a grandpa on these? What do you call it?
Not any grandpa I know.
What do you call it?
Tighty whities, I guess. That's what we called it back.
Is it a term?
I don't wear them. I'm not going to get personal, but that's what we used to call them growing up. The fruit of the loom, the little shorts. I don't know.
I'm a girl. Don't look at me.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing panties.
But.
Yeah, smash it like it's as hot as that beautiful moment. It was a beautiful moment. We'll talk about it for sure. And one last thing, if you haven't left a review, if you could leave us a review, a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, particularly. You can rate on Spotify. You can't leave a review, although maybe one day. But if you could leave us a review, it means the world to us. It helps this podcast. So please, if you haven't, take a minute, share your thoughts with us.
Help us out.
Help us
out, guys. That's the best way to do it.
And let me read a review. Someone helping us out here.
Okay.
Coming in, helping out the pod by leaving a review, a 5-star review, of course, because those are the reviews we read in this podcast.
I love it.
This comes to us from our friend Katie. This is Cruel86 leaving us a review. Cruel86.
Oh, hello.
What's up, Katie? She writes, my favorite podcast.
Love it.
Okay, 5 stars. I love these two. They are so fun to listen to and have great chemistry. They always make me laugh and seem to be thinking the same thing I am. I have started watching Below Deck just to have another podcast to listen to. I listen while running, and it's like running with 2 friends, the perfect distraction.
Aww.
Thank you, Katie. We love you too. You always keep us honest, Katie, so thank you. She's become a friend of ours who messages us and lets us know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Yes.
Also, I don't think I would run with you, but we could walk.
We could walk. Could power walk.
I have a bad knee.
Yeah. All right.
Too personal.
Thank you, Katie. And if you haven't left a review, please do. We love when you do.
Yes. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
All right. How about a little 90 Day by the way before we get into this episode?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Number 1, Tanya of Sinjin and Tanya.
Okay.
She just put out a help wanted ad. And it's ironic because I feel like she should be answering a help wanted ad.
Wait, help wanted for what?
She's looking for some help, okay? Now, before you get too excited and dust off your resume, Teresa, you should know I'm pretty sure this is an unpaid internship position.
Internship for what?
Okay, she has a business. I guess it's a business. It's called Life with Tanya. Sounds more like a nightmare, but it's...
Oh, wait. Never heard of this.
There.
Okay.
Get there. I don't know if it's new or not, but she's staffing up for Life with Tanya, and she's looking for a social media / content creation intern and an executive assistant.
Unpaid?
I'm pretty sure it's unpaid.
What a great opportunity.
In the compensation, it said, if we work together for more than 4 hours in a day, I'll buy you food. And it said if we travel, I'll put you up somewhere reasonable, I think. But to her, reasonable is a tent in the middle of the woods. So who knows? Really, I'm pretty sure it's unpaid. But here's what the ad says. I won't read the whole thing, but does working with a reality TV personality excite you? Do you have what it takes to build a brand and an online presence, and you really want to showcase your skills? Does the very likely possibility to be exposed to TV filming and production excite you? I'm looking for a passionate, dedicated, organized individual to help build a team and help develop Life with Tanya. If you have an interest in organizing, taking charge, and storytelling, this is an excellent opportunity.
Okay. I mean, what is Life with Tanya? That's my main question.
I have no idea. I think she's probably going to blog or vlog, or it seems like she just wants people to help her with social media.
Yeah, but what is she going to blog or vlog about? She was in one season, right?
No,
One? Two?
At
Oh,
least,
no.
so, I mean,
Yeah.
she was just on the Single Life, more or less.
Yeah.
She stole Sinjin's shine, but more or less on that. She's on a season before. Listen, we all know Tanya.
I know, but
I'm not.
it's like, I mean, would I subscribe to Life with Tanya? No.
No, I'm trying to get her out of my life.
Yeah.
I don't need
would
her.
watch her on the Single Life with other people. Yes, I would. But would I watch a show about Tanya? No.
Yeah. Well, I'm reading between the lines here, and I'm wondering if she's going to be back on 90 Day of some sort, because she says, does the very likely possibility to be exposed to TV filming excite you? So I think she might be coming back to our TV screens.
I thought she was broke. Why aren't you looking for a job so you can get paid?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I started with.
Right?
I said she's putting out help wanted ads. She should be responding to help wanted ads.
Oh, I mean, it's smart that she's going for an unpaid intern, and I'm sure there is going to be someone in the world who would be like, I'll run your social media. Maybe like I'll get a college credit or something.
Maybe.
But
We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see. That's, by the way, number one. By the way, number two. Ask and you shall receive more trash reality TV
Ooh,
that we love.
I think I know what you're going to
Throw it
say.
out there. Let's see if you can help me out with this.
Love in Paradise Season 2.
Love in Paradise Season 2.
Woo-hoo!
Coming back to Discovery
Woot-woot.
Plus June 10th, and this looks spicy. Okay. We have two returning couples, Amber and Danielle, and also Ariana and Sherlon.
Wait, I thought Amber and Danielle are in Florida.
I know. No, I think they're gonna
go back?
Are you calling Florida not a paradise?
I mean, the Keys, yeah, but I think they're in like Tallahassee.
Yeah. Where are they? Tampa?
No, I think they are.
Clearwater? I thought they were
I
somewhere.
thought they were like in Ocala,
Yes.
Gainesville. No?
No,
I might be wrong.
I think you're lying to our friends. They're
I'm not lying. I'm speculating.
they're not in the Keys, that's for sure. But I want to say West Coast, Florida, which is it's not the worst.
No.
West
no.
Coast is the best coast. Anyways, they're coming back. Ariana and Sherlon coming back, but we have some new characters, and people are excited about these new characters.
Tell me.
We have a same-sex couple, and we have a throuple.
No.
Okay, let me talk to you about Valentine from LA and Carlos from Colombia. Okay, they met online during the pandemic, and they're going to meet for the first time in Colombia. This is the same-sex couple. These are two guys, and yes, you meet online during the pandemic. Think sparks are flying. Now we're going to go check it out in real life and then take some cameras along to see how it goes.
Wait a minute. Colombia. Not to shit on Colombia. I've never been, but I thought that 90 Day in Paradise is in the Caribbean.
No. So remember they changed the name? I think it was branded Caribbean Love, like 90 Day, right?
Yeah.
And now they changed it to Love in Paradise. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it's several different countries.
So what's the difference between you are in Colombia on 90 Day the other way and you are in Colombia on this Love in Paradise?
Oh, there is none.
I think they need to separate it more. There need to be a reason why these guys are on this version of 90 instead of the before 90.
It's the minor leagues. It's the AHL to the NHL. It's the minor league. They're not strong enough to be 90-day couples, I don't think. Maybe there's not enough juice there, because I don't think these seasons go on 20 episodes. They might. We didn't finish the first season.
They are only on the paid version of Discovery Plus.
Then they moved over to TLC.
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Don't quote me. But that's the first couple that's new. We dial it up even more with this next throuple.
Okay.
Get this. There's a man named Frankie from Nashville.
Okay.
He goes on a trip to Mexico.
Okay.
While he's there, he meets a bisexual couple, Abby and Gabby.
2 girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. These 2 women have been in a relationship for over 10 years, but they've opened it up. And they opened it up to Frankie. They ended up having a threesome. Now, I don't know from my research if it was a one-night stand or what happened. But what I do know is when Frankie's vacation came to an end and he went back to Nashville, he kept talking to Abby. They kept video chatting and they kept up the relationship. Now he's about to go back and propose.
To Abby?
I guess so.
What about Gabby?
I don't think you can be in a polyamorous or polygamous relationship, and maybe you can.
In the US, you can.
But he's going to Mexico.
I mean,
I don't know.
are they going to live in Mexico?
I don't know. We got to watch the season, Teresa.
I guess you can be in a polygamous relationship in the US, right?
Well, certainly we know a few.
Yeah, but I don't know,
families.
okay, you probably should have researched, but I don't think you can marry multiple people unless you are a Mormon,
Yeah.
right?
We don't know.
If you and I we're married and we were like, all right, let's marry one more person. I don't think we could legally do that.
No, because we know you have to get divorced before you can get married.
Yeah.
Too. So I don't know. Listen, we don't know.
If they ever wanted to be a legit family, 2 can get married and then adopt it. Adopt the third one as like adults adopting adults.
Look at that crossover. Absolutely. So mark your calendar. Love in Paradise, June 10th, Discovery Plus. We'll watch it. I don't know that we can pot it.
We'll see. I mean, let's see.
Yeah, maybe a bonus here or there. Can't commit to a full season, I don't think, at this point, but we'll see. Nobody knows. Who knows what's happening? All right. That is 90 Day, by the way. Let's talk about episode 4 of season 9 of 90 Day Fiancé, the OG.
The OG.
Let's start with Emily and Kobe.
Yes, let's do it.
Kobe proving to us once and for all, yes, he was an underwear model.
That's why he's showcasing, because maybe he wants to continue this career in the US. So he's like, let me start here. Let me start on day 1.
Yeah. Extra large underwear model. That was the first thing Teresa said when he came on our screens. And I turned off the TV after she said this, and Teresa said, you put that back on. You put that back on right now. She goes, he's got a big penis. Eyes up here, Teresa. Eyes up here.
I'll tell you this. I'm not an expert whatsoever.
Oh, no, what are you talking? You are an expert on big penises, Teresa. No.
But I think
average.
If you want to be a male underwear model, you gotta have something down there.
You can always shove a sock.
That's gonna no, this is not gonna be real.
It's not authentic,
right?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, well, he's doing fine down there. I think countdown to OnlyFans, straight to OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Actually, but yes. So it's the first morning in America. They're waking up in their hotel room. We all know they didn't go home to see the baby. They spent that one night to bang it out, and everyone's pleased. Everyone's happy about how things panned out, how they played out.
And Kobe said something that, okay, that's my English, I guess, but he said the chemistry was rekindled. What does it mean?
The chemistry was rekindled.
What does it mean? Like
to rekindle something?
Reborn?
Yeah, it was sparked again. So
okay.
when you kindle, right? Fire, flame, the flame came alive once again. It was rekindled.
Okay.
And if there was any doubt, cue the highlight reel of them banging. There was like SportsCenter's top 10 of them banging while some cheap strip club music was playing. It was too much for me.
It was too much.
It was too much for me.
But they're the couple. I think Emily loves this attention. Like, she loves being the sexual one.
Good for her. And that was her big concern is,
sure.
Are we still going to have this chemistry? And he proved it to her 3 times that night and morning that, yes, the chemistry is still
Yeah.
alive and well.
Yeah. And then Emily, I almost feel like she gained back a piece of her confidence because she was so afraid that her body changed so much, right? Because she's a mom, but she said, you know what? My mom bod and his dad bod, it was just fine. It was
may have
beautiful.
produced another kid bod.
May have.
Yeah, she mentioned that they kept it mostly below the belt. The stuff that they played with was mostly below the belt because I think she was worried about some of that leakage. So I think that was her concern and the mom bod, but it all worked out well.
It was good,
They had
apparently.
they had a great time, and now is the time, the day Kobe gets to meet Coben.
Finally.
Yes. So they're in the car. Kobe's heart beating so fast, right? So excited to see his son. He's also going to be meeting the family for the first time,
Right.
which we kind of overlooked. Not that we forgot. I think we knew that, but we kind of overlooked it.
Well, Kobe is like, oh, I'm nervous to meet your parents too. And Emily, instead of being like, no, babe, we'll be fine. She's like, yeah, I'm nervous too. I don't have a good track record.
Well, she goes, I never brought a guy home to meet my parents, so this is a first.
I'm sure at some point she did, but no one's serious. That was me too.
She said she never did.
My parents knew my high school boyfriend.
Are you calling her a liar? She said, I've never brought a guy home to meet my parents.
For me, I don't take my high school boyfriend meeting my parents, because my mom was his teacher.
Right.
To like, okay, he met my parents. Right? You were the first guy who I brought home, who I officially introduced my parents as the boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like, when I was 14 or 15, and that doesn't count. My
No,
mom knew him for years.
if you're
My mom
both-
knew him for years. My dad was just like, sure, it's a freaking 14-year-old boy. Like, who cares?
Right. That's a good point. So this is the first adult relationship.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about you, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't mean
you,
like
you think I'm an adult? That's so kind of you.
I mean, I hope you are.
I am. I am. Okay. So they pull onto this farm. Shout out to the horses. We love to see the wildlife. And a couple of just stunning horses. There's a nice welcome Kobe banner that I think Emily made with Microsoft Word Art or some
Or
other
like Shutterfly.
some other free Photoshop knockoff. But there's also a ton of baby pictures hanging on the front of the house, which causes me great concern and makes me hope that there are no pedophiles in the neighborhood.
They seem to live in the middle of nowhere, so
That's where pedophiles tend to find themselves.
You know a lot about pedophiles. I
There's
think the only mammals that might
Yes.
see the banner are the horses.
The horses, yeah. Yeah, there's a website you can go on and check out if there's any like sexual predators in your neighborhood.
Oh, I know.
You know? Yeah.
Well, we watch Dateline. That's how I know.
The more you know. Yes. So, all right. 90 Day Fiance. The first time I think you guys actually made me cry.
I was crying too. It was so beautiful how much Kobe cried and how much he could not take it.
It was so emotional, such real emotion, so much real emotion that he tried to hide it.
Yes.
Right. And that's when you're like, oh, that's when it got to me, was he knew, okay, this is over the top. I don't know what's happening. I can't control myself. I'm going to try to hide it. And him trying to hide it got me. And this was, maybe I've shed a little bit of a tear. Maybe my eyes got a little moist when Kenny and Armando got married, or when there was some other moment in 90 Day history, a goodbye at an airport. Maybe. This, I almost needed a tissue.
This was beautiful.
Getting so, because this is a man about to see his kid for the first time. And I think to myself, you know what? I'm glad we had to wait 24 hours. I'm glad you had to go bang, because I needed time. I don't think I was emotionally prepared for this to happen last week. So I'm glad I had that extra time to prepare myself. This was
beautiful. I almost felt bad for him because he was just staring at Kobe, and then he goes like, "You're gonna hug my parents." He's like, "Oh, hello," but I get it. He's just mesmerized by this little human that's his.
that looks like him, that is him, right? Yeah, he's so happy. And Coben was so happy. At first, they walk in and Coben is just smiling ear to ear. And I go, that's amazing. He sees his dad. He's smiling ear to ear. He was smiling because he saw mom. When Kobe got closer, Coben actually got a little shy. And I was like, I wanted this magical embrace. We didn't get it.
But it makes sense. Like unfortunately, we live far away from our nieces, but we maybe see them once or twice a year, right?
Yeah.
They do get, especially the older one, gets shy when she sees us for a little bit. And then within a couple of hours, she's like, Uncle John, Auntie. And it's all good.
Yeah.
But she's not like super, woohoo, hello, you guys.
Yeah, they're a little nervous. Who's that? I don't know that person.
Yeah.
What are they doing in my house? Yeah, no, it's completely natural.
Yeah.
But selfishly, I wanted this storybook moment where dad and son see each other for the first time and it's just love, right?
John loves watching Hallmark movies.
So then Madeline comes in, the sister, gang's all there. So Emily's like, let me just whip one out and start breastfeeding
Which
Coben.
I get it. She feels comfortable.
That was great.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. It's like, everyone's here now. Now I can whip out
You know what's funny? And I thought of it. And this is just me, guys. Don't give me shit. But I don't think I could breastfeed in front of my parents. I could breastfeed in front of you. I could breastfeed even in a restaurant. I cover myself. I could not breastfeed having my parents sitting there. Just the idea of it. But again, I don't have a baby, so I can't judge.
For me, maybe the parents, but a camera crew? Lights, sound, video,
guess.
like that to me would be more.
It's a natural thing. So if she's okay with it, that's great,
Yeah.
right? But for me, I was like, oh my God. I just pictured my parents sitting there.
A little performance anxiety and drinking coffee. And they're like, can you pass the milk, John? Here's what bothered me a little bit. She's got Coben. He's kind of dozing off. He's settled down. And Kobe finally gets comfortable because you could tell he wasn't completely comfortable yet. He knew that was his son, but he wasn't just going to go in there and be like, let me give him a big hug. He finally gets comfortable enough to kind of touch his child. He touches his toes a little bit.
Aww.
And Emily's like, don't touch his feet. He's trying to sleep. I'm like, let the guy touch his son's feet.
Yeah, totally.
He can sleep tomorrow, right? Emily, there's always tomorrow that the
Oh, you
kid.
can sleep later. Come on.
Let Kobe, he's finally warming up and getting comfortable. Let him touch his son's feet. And that was the moment I go, we're going to have some co-parenting issues here.
And we saw it in the previews.
And I get
Did
it.
you catch the previews?
Yeah, I get it. Imagine you raising a kid for 17 months. You have your systems, you have your preferences, your routines, your schedules. Someone else comes in and maybe has their own way they want to do things. That's going to be super hard. It's one thing to learn to parent at the same time. Emily's already figured out the way she wants to parent, whether it's right or wrong. Now Kobe's going to come in. It's going to get tense no matter who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I see it. And we saw a sneak peek of Kobe not understanding that she's still breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Which, good for her, because my friend told me that that's how you lose the cows. And plus, it's good for a kid, as far as I know.
Yeah, I think. What do we know? Not
Yeah.
doctors.
Definitely
but
not
I've heard.
doctors, but yeah, I would assume that's healthier than the fake baby food, right?
Yeah.
As long as you can do it.
Yeah.
So let her do it.
Yeah. So that's the segment. Let's see. I'm here for it. Right now, Kobe, he's dropped his bags, met Kobe. Now we can start judging this couple.
Yes.
Let's now see how this couple plays out.
Yes. And I just hope that for the kids' sake, I hope they work out.
Yeah.
But I can already see that they are going to have issues, starting with the smallest thing, which is they all live together with their parents,
Yeah,
right?
I almost forget that too. You think everyone's over to meet Kobe. It's like,
Yes.
no, you all live there.
Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, I love your parents. I would live with them. You would live with my parents too. But we kind of like build a relationship slowly. It's not like,
Yes.
oh, we started dating and on day 2, I'm moving in with your parents.
100%.
I don't think we would have the relationship that we have right now.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay. That is Emily and Kobe.
All right. Are you guys ready for a new couple?
New couple alert.
That looks very interesting.
Everything's bigger in Texas, including Patrick's muscles. Yes.
Patrick and Thais.
Patrick 30. Oh, sorry. It's
that's
been like
macho.
3 weeks since we introed a new couple.
That's macho.
Hit it, Teresa.
All right. Intro. Patrick, 31, Austin, Texas. Ex-weightlifter.
Yes.
Door-to-door alarm seller.
Yes. Apparently
Right.
very lucrative business.
Very. Thais, 25th, Brazil.
21?
25. Brazil.
You're a little rusty too, all right? So don't get on my
A
back.
model, an Instagram model.
I missed her profession.
Something like that.
Yeah. She looks pretty.
She looks very pretty.
Yeah.
And it's gonna bring the drama.
Okay, so we meet Patrick first. Yes, as you said, an Olympic style weightlifter, one of the strongest men in the country. He kind of was making a career out of it.
He said at one point he did a squat
Yes.
with 800 pounds.
You're impressed by that?
Yeah, how do you even walk?
I don't know. Usually you're like, I don't know pounds. How much is it in kilos?
Well, I'll tell you this. 800 pounds sounds a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. He's a very strong man. And he was on his way to the Olympics when, unfortunately, he was caught taking HGH and some other banned substances.
And did he learn? The answer is no.
That's gonna
Because
be
he
a
was
no.
caught on doing something else that was also illegal.
Yeah.
And his career is over.
Yeah. And the way he talked about it, he wasn't really owning the fact. He was kind of like, I was caught, or it was found in my system. Or he never said, like, I took it. You know, he never.
Yeah, but I almost get it. I think he's ashamed.
I think
because
he's ashamed.
Eventually he says, yeah, there was a bad mistake and I regret
Yeah.
it. And
We've seen a lot of 90-day women accidentally slip and fall on dick. This is the first person to slip and fall on a steroid needle if he's not going to own up to it. But yeah, he's out of the game now because of these mistakes.
But again, he kind of owned up to it. He said he regrets it and he regrets that he was trying to take a shortcut.
Yeah,
Which
he
is
regrets
in a way,
caught.
owning up to it. And I'll leave it at that.
If you're interested, and this is you, Teresa, and you guys listening, if you're interested in this whole like doping in sports and the whole scandal behind Olympics and HGH and other hormones, there's a documentary, Icarus. I don't think you saw it. I watched it.
I don't think so.
I watched it alone. It's about the Russian doping scandal. It's on Netflix, or it was whenever I watched it. Super interesting.
When did you watch it?
Years ago. I think it came out in like 2017.
Well, you were with me.
Yeah.
Where was I?
I don't know where you were.
Where was I, Jonathan?
I'm not sure, Teresa. But it was super interesting in just the way, because it's so prevalent in the sport. And so people may look at Patrick and go, oh my God, this cheater. Yeah, he was cheating, but chances are almost everyone else was too. He just happened to get caught. And maybe that's kind of why he's a little ashamed of it. He's like, yeah, well, everyone does it, but I can't believe I got called out for it. Because if you watch this documentary, there's programs in place to be able to dope and then get off it early enough so that it's not detected. And it's a whole wild world out there. So Icarus on Netflix or wherever you watch your documentaries, check it out. But okay, it ended his career. Right, rightfully so. He cheated. We should be natural in this sport. He ended his career.
But I would expect him to, I don't know, run a gym, be a personal trainer, something like that.
He used to run a gym.
Okay.
I did a deep dive on him because we hadn't seen him for weeks. It's episode 4. We just get introduced to him. So I was getting curious. Who is this guy? What's his story? He's originally from Vegas. He ran or still maybe owns a gym.
Wait, he's from Vegas?
He last lived in Vegas. So he's from Boston. I think they went to Vegas and now down to Texas. But I think he owned a gym. Otherwise, there's another guy who looks like him and has the same name that was in Vegas that started a gym. But yes, you were going to say, I thought he would own a gym, but
that's not what he's doing for a living.
Yeah.
He is a door-to-door salesman.
Just making bank.
So that's very interesting to me because putting myself into this whole equation, right?
Yeah, put yourself in.
If someone comes, knocks on my door And
I would wish I had security that kept them from coming to the door.
And it's trying to sell me an alarm system. I would be like, oh, thank you so much. Not interested. I would probably just go online, find an actual, I'm not saying he's not saying something real, but I would probably go online, do the research, and then try to read online, try to have someone come here and install it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think, because of the world we live in, I don't think I would just get something from a random person who knocks on my door. That's why I'm very intrigued knowing how come he says that he's making all this money, which good for him.
Yeah.
Who's buying alarm system from someone who knocks on their door?
You're not the target market. We live in an apartment and we're not wealthy. So I think if you live in a single family home and you've got a lot of money, you're probably not just going to go online and buy whatever those home systems are.
So you would trust someone who just knocks on your door?
So here's the thing.
That's my problem.
Here's the thing. He said his brother also works with him. He's the installer. His brother, the first thing I noticed about his brother besides his wicked awesome Boston accent, the first thing I noticed, he was wearing a Vivint hat.
Okay.
Like a baseball cap, and it said Vivint on it. That's a security system company.
Okay.
So I think he works for Vivint, which is, I think that's how you pronounce it, which I think is a pretty big and reputable company.
Okay.
So if you show up saying, hey, I work for this company, people know about it, people might trust you. Here's the thing that concerns me about his prospect in his future. There's only so many houses you can sell to, right? It's not an unlimited supply, and you only buy it once. So if you've ever watched Shark Tank, they don't usually like to invest in businesses that there's no repeat customers.
True, but
once you buy one, you're kind of
someone
done.
he's making money, which is good for him.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that I would not let a stranger come inside of my house to sell me something that will protect strangers coming inside of my house. Does it make any sense?
Not really. He's not coming in your house. He's
even
coming to the front door and going, I could get into your house right now. You might want a security system.
Even if there is a 13-year-old girl trying to sell me cookies, I would be like, you wait right here.
Yeah.
You're not going inside a house.
Yeah, we're paranoid, Teresa. We should have 19 security systems, how paranoid we are.
Well, thank you, Dateline and Keith Morrison.
Well, we're talking too much about his work. We're kind of skipping over the fact that he was married before.
That's right.
He was married to another gym rat.
Another weightlifter.
They bonded over that, I guess. And once he was busted with his steroid use or his HGH, he couldn't pursue this profession. And then they probably, I guess, didn't have much in common or couldn't spend time together in the gym, and their relationship, it ended.
Which is silly. I mean,
Yes
she could have
and
been
no.
pissed that he cheated.
Exactly.
But
Once a cheater, always a cheater, Teresa.
well, that's a different kind of cheating.
Is
but
it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I would leave you. I would think you are a moron.
Yeah,
and
but
we
if
would work
you're-
things out, but
You threw away your whole career. He was going to go to the Olympics. And he got busted twice. You should learn your lesson. Strike one, shame on you. Strike two, see you later.
still shame on you.
But I get it. That was what their relationship was built on.
Yeah, if they had a little more in common, maybe it would have survived.
Maybe,
But he sounded like, okay, well, it sucked because she left me and now I ended up alone in this big house.
and it's a big, nice house.
Yeah.
And it's a nice area of Austin. I think Hill Country. It's a nice area. It's an expensive home. And so he can't live there by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he going to live with? Brother John.
Do you think he got the house because of his weightlifting career or because of his home security system
I
selling
think
career?
it's got to be the security system. I don't know how much you can make weightlifting, but he never made it to the Olympic level. So I don't know that he's getting a ton of sponsorship money.
But
Maybe
he was doing some stuff.
I know, but that's like being a professional cornhole player. Like, how much money can you make just because you're
What's a cornhole?
bags?
Oh, bags.
Right? Like you can be a professional at something.
Really?
Doesn't mean you're going to make a ton of money.
You can be a professional bag player?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I wish I was better.
Think of like a professional bowler, like David from David and Lon, right? Like, you can make money and you could probably make decent money, but that house easily $500,000.
Good for him.
So I think it's his sales job. I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe he had a lot of endorsements. I don't know.
I mean,
His
long
gym,
story short, good for him.
Good for him. He and his brother John now live in that nice house together. Okay. So I like it. I like this storyline because Thais does not like that brother John lives there.
No, not that he lives there. I don't think she likes him.
Right. And this guy is straight out of Central Casting. I think he was probably an extra in The Departed. You never seen The Departed? Teresa's giving me this weird look.
No.
He was probably an extra in Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
Right. Probably wishes he was buddies with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. John, just the thickest Boston accent since Mark the Shack.
Really?
You missed it?
Okay.
You
Again,
missed it,
I don't
Teresa?
hear accent unless you have a heavy Southern accent, or you are a fast-speaking New Yorker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know.
This guy parks cars in the Harvard Yard.
What?
Oh, yeah. This guy,
I have no idea what you just
This
said.
guy took
Say it
the
again?
T. This
Say it
guy
again?
took the T from Boylston Street to Austin, Texas.
Say it again.
He parks cars in the Harvard Yard, Teresa.
He parks cars
Yeah.
in the Harvard Yard.
You got it. Look at you. So proud of you. Yes. But so they live together. Thais is coming in. Thais from Brazil. Let's talk about how they met, because it's not one of these online romances, really. They met in person first.
Yeah, so Thais, 25 model, lives in Brazil. And this is where we learn that, well, first we learn that his parents got divorced when he was young, when he was how old was he?
I didn't have that, but they divorced.
When he was young, they divorced, and his mom was taking care of 4 kids, struggling with bipolar disorder, right?
Yeah.
And his dad, I guess, moved back to Brazil, where he's from.
His dad's Brazilian.
Yeah, 8 years ago to retire.
Yes, that's
So Patrick went to visit him. While he was in Brazil, he whipped out the good old Tinder.
Hello.
He didn't say the name Tinder, but he said he swiped right.
Hello.
That's the definition of Tinder, right?
Sure.
And that's how he met Thais. And he was just hoping that she's real. And she was.
She was real. Hit it off. And he went back and forth.
14 times.
Ultimately 14 times. After 11 months, he proposed to Thais.
Which is very unusual.
What are you
with
waiting
these
for?
couples. Yeah.
What are you waiting for, Patrick?
Like, why don't you propose the first week? Like,
Yeah.
have you ever watched 90 Day Fiancé, Patrick?
Yeah, this is way too responsible. Actually getting to know her before you propose?
What?
What are we doing here? Yeah, so he does. He proposes. She says yes. And now she's going to be coming in a week
Yes.
to Austin,
And
Texas.
then we learned one more thing that I actually admire about him, because he said, Thais doesn't speak an English, so I learned Portuguese.
Come on, Patrick. What are you doing to us? You're
And
flipping.
it seems like he speaks it. Here is my question.
Not fluently, but enough.
Here is my question. Did he have some base because of his dad? Like,
I have to imagine.
otherwise, I don't think you can start from scratch and get to the point that you're having a real conversations with someone.
In 11 months, you could, if you have a natural talent for it.
I mean, yes.
Again, I don't think he's so fluent that he's going to trick anyone into thinking he's a native Portuguese speaker, but he's good enough to have a conversation.
And John doesn't even have Duolingo on his phone.
I used to be so good.
You have less than TikTok, John, TikTok. I don't want to do the math in my head, but we're going to visit my homeland. So TikTok. You better get that app.
I have less than 11 months, yes. Okay. So yeah, good for him. Good for Patrick. He's made a few poor decisions in his life, but maybe he's turning over a new leaf and figuring this thing out. Because yes, he's gave it some time. He got to know her, learn the language. So it's somewhat hopeful for them. Okay, so now it's nighttime. Patrick's friends, Andy, Carlos, Jordan, they're all over the house. They're hanging out. Patrick goes and Skypes Thais. And this is where we see he learned Portuguese enough to be able to have a conversation. But while they're talking, his Portuguese, no matter how good it is, it can't mask the sounds of the party that's going on behind him. Okay? She may not speak English, but she speaks frat boy. and she can hear the party that is going on in that house of hers.
And then John shows up.
Yeah.
It's like, what's up? Like, those are just my friends. Like, nothing is going on. Just a couple of guys drinking. Like, it's not a party. It's not a party.
Party. It's not a party. You think this is a heavy party? Nah. Just a couple guys having some beers. So clearly she's not thrilled about this and wishes John was not living in that house with Patrick.
She does not seem to like John. And John says something, I forgot what he said, but to the point that Thais is like, well, it's my house now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oops.
Which, it's not, but it is more so than a lot of these other 90 days that we've only known each other for 4 days and I'm moving in. It's like they've known each other for a year. Mm-hmm. They've seen each other at least 14 different occasions. So yes, she should feel comfortable where she's moving to.
Mm-hmm. And there's one thing also that John said that I thought was smart, saying that Thais doesn't want John to move out, but he doesn't want him to leave because if it doesn't work out with Thais, he's going to end up alone again.
Yes.
Without John, without Thais, and he doesn't want that, and I get it.
And Patrick is a guy, you can just tell by looking at him, that lives his life by the motto, bros before hoes. Mm-hmm, so this is an actual bro. So this is his brother. A bro. This is his brother, John. So he's living bros before hoes. And yeah, he's not gonna kick his brother out. And I'm glad he's not, because it's gonna provide great entertainment for us.
Absolutely.
It's gonna provide great entertainment.
Or at least like he should eventually move out if things work out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but don't kick him out immediately. You don't know if it's going to work out. You don't want your brother to leave. You want to have some support. Come on.
Yeah, give it some time.
Plus, we want the entertainment.
Give us the drama. So, new day, 4 days till Thais arrives. Patrick and John, they're cruising the road. They're talking business. This is where we learn they sell home security systems, and this is where I'm thinking Vivint. They go to a bar, and before they go in, Patrick has to text Thais.
Yes.
He's got to check in. He's got to evidence and report.
Oh, yeah. I'm also getting a little Gino and Jasmine
He's got evidence and report. Yeah. Turns out not only does he have to evidence and report, Thais also tracks his location. And she can see he's at a bar, so she's not thrilled.
Listen, tracking location isn't bad. We do it for security reasons.
It's peace of mind more than anything. If you're going off, if you're driving somewhere, I want to be able to see, did she get there? Did she not get there? What's going on? It's not that I think you're going somewhere you shouldn't be going, because where would that be? But it's just, it's peace of mind. Instead of texting you every time, did you get there safe? Or you having to text me, I got here. It's like, I'll just check. Yeah. She got where she was going.
For sure. And it's like, having a partner or being married means that, I'll go out to a bar or to dinner with my friends. I'm not going to hide it from you.
Right.
I'm most likely going to ask you to pick me up because I don't want to drink and drive. Same goes for you, right? So they need to trust, back to the trust and compromise and talking, right?
Yes, and copulation.
It's a big thing. Like, it's okay to share your location, at least that's how I see it, as long as you know where your other spouse is going, and it's fine. It's just to make sure that they're okay. Not like, oh, hey, John, I'm grabbing a drink at this bar, and all of a sudden he sees me in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
That would not be good.
Well, it's sort of like string cheese. There are kind of two ways to use the location tracking. There's the healthy way and the unhealthy way.
Yeah.
Right? There's the stringing it and just the chopping it off. And they're doing it the unhealthy way. I think it's not that, I just want to make sure you're safe and keep an eye on you and know you got where you're going. It's, I want to make sure you're not going somewhere you shouldn't be going, which is the unhealthy way.
All these guys, Gino included, they're afraid to tell them that I'm going to a bar, I'm going somewhere else. They're afraid that they're going to think something else. And that's where we hit unhealthy, right? It should be okay. Like, it should be fine. Like, hey, going to a bar, I'll let you know when I'm home, or you can take a look yourself.
Right. It was great when John turns to just a random lady at the bar and goes, do you need to share your location? Would you share your location with a man if you were going out? She's like, no. Come on. That woman probably couldn't figure out how to turn on her tracking if she was offered another free pair of those dangly air freshener earrings. She would not be able to figure out how to. So that was not the right person to ask. But what we do learn after some more conversation is a little concerning, at least to me, because we learn it goes beyond just location tracking.
Well, John said he's the one who offered this solution because she never trusted him where he was.
That's an issue.
That's the unhealthy part. Why don't she trust him when he says, hey, going to grab a few drinks with my friends, gonna be home at 9? She doesn't trust him. Even when he texts her, I'm home, right?
Yes.
She wants to see.
Oh,
and that's
boy.
why they are sharing their location.
Yes. Yes.
And we have unhealthy.
Well, they're sharing the location, and he's sharing security camera footage.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Of his house. I mean, that goes just to show you how much product loyalty he has to what right? He cannot stop working. He's like, let me show you the quality of this footage. But yes, he's showing his home security camera footage to her to be like, see, no one's here. No one's here. That's too much.
To show her that not even no one's here. No one was here.
That's too much. And it's so ridiculous because, okay, I'm just not going to show you the camera where she was on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's smart enough with this technology to go, I'm just going to show the living room. I'm not going to show my bedroom.
Yeah.
Right? So come on. It's so twisted and it's very concerning.
Bottom line is that, again, and I feel like I repeat myself a lot on this podcast because of all these idiots, but trust. If you cannot trust the person, don't marry them.
Yeah.
Like legit.
100%.
Otherwise, it's going to end up 2 ways, 3 ways. You may overcome it and be happy. You may just get divorced and be very unhappy. Or you might end up on Dateline.
Hello. At least there'll be security camera footage for us to see.
True.
Because I want to know.
Very true.
All right. Yeah, this storyline is all about trust. We'll see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I am so looking forward to it.
All right. Let's take a quick break. I need another beer. I don't know about you.
Me too.
All
Let's
right,
be
well,
honest.
let's take a
with
quick break.
everyone.
Well, we should just get a mini fridge in here because then we can stop taking breaks.
I'm going to call you out. I told you, let's get a mini fridge for sparkling water next to our bed. You were like, Teresa, you're being ridiculous. Why don't you just walk over to the fridge? And now you want a mini fridge?
I think I had a better reason for us not having...
Because it makes the sound like...
It looks a little tacky.
I mean, how many visitors do we get?
0. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. I was waiting for that. I knew it was coming, and I was prepared this time.
Finally. How many times did it take for you to learn?
I like to switch it up. I don't want to be so predictable every time.
I like it.
Well, hello.
Hello.
All right. Who do we have next? We got Jibri and Miona.
Oh, yes. All right.
Okay.
All right. It's the morning.
Okay.
Right? They wake up and Jibri wants her to be comfortable. She never lived away from home, right? Her mom always did all her dishes and her clothes.
No. We're talking about Jibri and Miona, not even Muhammad.
I know. Yeah, well, I have to say this, right? Before I came here as an au pair, same story. Left with my parents, partially lived with my best friend, but she was better at that shit, so she did my laundry for a bit.
Really? Mm-hmm. Good friend.
Yeah, Teresa, she was the mom that I left for a little bit.
Shout out the other Teresa.
And now I'm back home, obviously. I had to clean. My mom made me to clean all that stuff and iron. I was the ironer in the house. But what I'm saying is that I get it. I've never cooked. I've never done anything necessarily. Like my mom did that for me.
Yeah.
And so I learned very, very quickly because all of a sudden I was the one who's supposed to do everything as an au pair, clean after the kids, cook for the kids, which was very new to me. But the kids are alive and all grown
That's
up
a success,
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty
I
good.
actually turned myself from going from not being able to cook to actually learning how to cook pretty well.
You're a great chef now.
Thank you. And so give me some credit, not credit, but give her some pass. That's the
Give her
word.
a chance.
Give her a chance because being there, done that. But if she wants, she can learn.
Yes. So Jibri goes, cooks breakfast, and says, well, while I'm cooking you breakfast, why don't you start unpacking your stuff? And Miona is not into unpacking her stuff
She's
because
like, even the winter jackets.
she doesn't want to stay there. She doesn't know how long they're going to stay there. It's clear she is not ready to let this idea of LA go.
No.
She thinks in her mind, this is temporary. This is a stopover, maybe a week or two. Jibri's got different plans. And I was glad he was attempting to explain it in a logical way because he does. He goes into the financials of it saying, look, you want this nice wedding. You want a beach wedding. Where do you think this money's going to come from? We got to hustle for it. And let's stay here where we're not paying rent and we can save up a little bit.
Do you think they'll have a beach wedding?
Ooh,
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Where would the beach be? Is my first question.
That's why I'm saying no. Unless they may make it to LA during these 90 days, then I would say yes.
Yeah.
But if they stay in South Dakota, I mean, what is the beach there?
Yeah, show me the beach. And there might be. I don't know the geography of South Dakota.
Well, they're not attached to any ocean.
No, but there are beaches, quote unquote beaches on lakes.
Yeah, well, do you think that's what she wants?
Maybe it's called compromise. It's one of the 3 C's,
Very
Teresa.
true.
So he's trying to make sense of it and saying, we got to get our careers off the ground and the black Serbs are starting to pop off right now. And he makes the point that we can do what we want to do career-wise from anywhere now since we have a decent internet connection.
Yeah, we all learned during the pandemic, right? We all were watching tutorials online, trying to start a business. Look at the two of us podcasting, right? You can do most things online, or at least you can get things going, right?
Yes.
Promoting yourself, getting it out there, etc. So yeah, they can definitely stay in South Dakota for a bit. And as Jibri said on the previous episode, he needs to work on his credit score.
Yes.
Which is a big one if you ever want to even rent.
Yeah, let Jibri be responsible, okay? He's trying to do a responsible thing here. Let's let him do it, Miona. Give it a chance, right? You haven't unpacked your bags yet, as I did my rant about giving this season a chance. You got to unpack your bags. To give South Dakota a chance, you got to unpack your bags.
Yeah, do it. And we want to watch. I don't want to watch you in LA.
Yeah, we know what that's
I want to watch you in South Dakota, girlfriend.
We want to see that tension, that struggle.
Yes.
We know what it's going to be like for you in LA. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. Live in South Dakota for a little bit. Cook for mom and dad because she brings up having to cook for the parents. And she kind of has a good attitude about it. She knows it's not going to be good, but she goes, could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be fun. Have a little glass of wine, whip up a dish. Look at us, right?
So far, she's not as rude or anything as I expected her to be.
Completely. And so they head out to the supermarket to get ingredients so that they can cook. And here's what I realized, okay? Here's my realization for this episode. Jibri acts like a tourist in his own city. He acts like he's on vacation in his own city because he gets to the supermarket. Nobody else is wearing a cowboy hat. Nobody else is wearing a bolo tie.
Well, that's his style.
It's his style, and I like his style, actually, but it is this tourist approach to South Dakota.
Oh, I'm going to disagree over here. You ready?
Yeah, disagree.
It's him. He's being himself. He's actually being himself, that's thinking or saying, showing that, well, I'm not in LA, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop being myself.
Right. He's not in LA. He's in South Dakota.
Yeah. So why should you change just because you're not in the more bold and acceptable city? Like, you should be yourself.
He's doing a costume version of South Dakota is my point. So if I get what you're saying he's just being him. He's not being South Dakota. Then okay. But if he's trying to be South Dakota, I'm looking around going, Well, no one else is wearing a cowboy hat or a bolo tie. So
It's like the same thing. Like we went to Montana. I bought like really nice leather heel booties
Yes,
that I don't really wear in Florida.
That's
but
my point. You were a tourist. You were on vacation. He's living his life as if he's went to the gift shop and put on that outfit. That's my point. He's not acting. No one else. Brian's not wearing a cowboy hat. Mom's not wearing a cowboy hat. Right? Like he's playing this character. You just made my point.
No, what I was saying is that I love those booties and I'm glad I bought them. They're going to last because hopefully, right? I cannot wear them in Florida, but if I could, I would, right? I bought them because we're going somewhere that, it's cool, right?
Got it.
Doesn't mean that I don't wear them in Florida because it's just like, no, it's not Florida. I don't wear them because it's hot as fuck.
Okay.
And I just wear flip-flops.
Got it. Okay. So they're at the supermarket. This is where we see Miona's mind get blown by string cheese. And apparently foreigners do not understand the concept of string cheese as proven here on this podcast.
No, we don't. And also when she said that all the fruit and vegetables looks fake,
Yeah.
it's true
Yeah,
too.
It's a little true.
It's true. It does look fake. You guys organize apples. And I do like it because I can see what apple is good and bad. But I think for the same reason, you love going to Tesco when we are in Czech.
Because it's different.
It's different. You love going to Tesco. You love seeing all the rohlikis and everything. You love it.
Yeah. Talk to me about corn dogs because Miona was fired up over those corn dogs.
I have never had a corn dog
Okay.
in my life. I don't even fully know what it is.
Be proud of that.
I think people put it on a stick.
A lot of them are on sticks.
But what is it? Is it a hot dog?
It's a hot dog
what?
encrusted in a corn substance crust. Yeah. It's tasty. I can only eat about half of one. It's very rich, but it's tasty. It's fun.
I've never had it. I've never also had this thing that I've seen on TV that you dip an apple in something. What is it?
Candy apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll chip a tooth on that.
I can because it just looks so unhealthy to me.
It is. It's not an apple. It is a dessert. It is
That's the thing.
candy.
I love apples. So, but when I see you guys dip it into something, and I've been here for almost 12 years, but that's still something I cannot wrap my mind around.
But you're 100% in the right direction. You're talking about fair food. You're talking about carnival food. You're talking about cotton candy and candy apples and corn dogs and fried dough. Yes, that's all a category.
There's one more thing I cannot wrap my mind around, and I hate it. I've tried it, and it's disgusting. You ready?
I don't know if I am.
Red velvet cake.
Red velvet cake.
I hate that thing.
All right.
Why is it red?
You don't like cake in general.
I don't, but the red velvet cake, no.
Favorite cheese? Oh,
No.
I just blew it.
What?
I was going to say favorite cake on the count of 3, but I said favorite cheese because I was going to say cheesecake. All right. I'm terrible at poker. So they get back from the store. They start cooking dinner. Well, they're not cooking. They're basically reheating dinner because they got a pre-made meal.
No. Come on. You guys could have bought a bag of pasta.
Yes.
Get some
and a jar of
Campbell sauce.
Okay. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but I love the cans.
If we're looking for sauce sponsors, Rouse, if anyone from Rouse is listening,
my gosh,
we would
yeah.
absolutely hawk that on this podcast.
And freaking grill or like put a chicken in the oven and
yes.
saute it on the pan. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really about the effort. And that shows no effort.
Yeah.
Because they literally bought something that was pre-made and heated it up.
It was in a bag.
You're taking the easy way out.
Oh, no.
You cooked pasta for my parents. The first dish you ever made for my parents, you made your world famous penne vodka.
Yeah. From scratch.
The only way. The only way we know how.
Absolutely.
So they're cooking. They start talking about the band, and Jibri brings up David and how they're getting the band back together. And we know Miona and David, they have some beef. They don't get along. There's a lack of respect between the two of them.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you catch that she said they only met once?
I missed that.
I might be totally wrong, but for whatever reason, I heard that she said they met once.
I know they met. They were talking about the restaurant they went to, and Miona had issues with the restaurant.
Yeah.
That was a meeting. I don't know if there was other meetings, but I think that was the big issue between them was the way she acted. And yeah, they don't get along. And Jibri is like, well, I got to spend time with David. We're finishing the album. This could be our golden ticket. This could be our way out of South Dakota. And Jibri, this explanation of why they are as tight as they are, him and David. So David's his godfather.
Yes.
Or will be his god.
No,
will
no,
be his
he,
child.
no, he is his godfather.
I guess so, but I think it's more like if they have a kid.
In Europe, if whoever is there for you when you get baptized is your godfather.
Interesting.
I have a godmother.
Okay, do you
I was
want
baptized.
to share the name?
It's Renata.
Oh, it's your middle name.
Yeah.
you're
And that's how I got my middle name.
Ah,
I don't know, what are they? I forgot
Serbian.
No.
The I'm not sure.
No, I knew
religion.
it. Yes. Hold on. Religion. Serbian Orthodox
Okay.
Church. That's what he said, right? My grandma, my family is Christian and also atheist. Atheist. What am I? My grandma's religious. She had me
Those
baptized.
two usually don't go together, but all right.
Grandmother is a Christian. I don't know what kind of a Christian, but she had me baptized. And that's how I have my unofficial middle name, right?
Yes.
It's nowhere listed because
Now-
we don't take it officially.
So so Renata is your
Godmother, yeah.
Now, did you guys get a haircut on the same day?
We did not.
You guys didn't get a haircut and then like blend your hair together.
I was bald until I was 3, so
You
What
probably would have.
haircut?
You may have gotten a haircut. That's what Jibri and David did. This is something I could see Mother Paul being so envious of.
oh my gosh.
You
If
guys
she's
both?
watching this season,
It's like, Paul, we're going to cut our hair. We're going to mix it together.
yeah, but if he was there when he got baptized, he is his godfather.
I get it now because I think, and I could be completely wrong, in America, I was always under the impression that a godfather was someone who looked after your kids or would look after your kids.
That's in America.
Yes. That's all I know, Teresa. That's all I know. So even after all of that, the cutting of the hair, the blending of it together, the braiding, Miona still doesn't respect David and Jibri's bond.
No.
So that's tough, and that's going to be something they have to work through. But in the meantime, it's time for family dinner.
I was just going to add, she doesn't respect the hair magic that the priest did because David is still not his family. In her eyes, she is his family. But David is more related to him now after the hair magic than she is at the moment.
Yeah. Well, here's what I don't respect about Miona. Take the sunglasses off your head at the dinner table. A little disrespect. It's like wearing a hat at the dinner table. Take it off.
Yeah.
All right? Take it off. So the family sits down, Mahala, Brian, and Mahala's like, this food looks very interesting. Let's give it a try.
I love that she's like started eating. She's like, it is. I'm
sort of at a loss for words here.
She's like, it is edible.
I guess the nicest thing I could say about it is it's edible. Brian, are you going to give it a try? Come on, I'm not going to eat this alone.
And everyone's like eating it. And then you see Mahala and Brian talking to the camera. It's like, it was terrible. It was horrible. But the worst thing about this is that it wasn't her cooking.
Yes.
It came from the back.
Right. And Miona, again, her personality, you kind of have to champion it because she's like, I was hoping they'd like it, but at least they know what to expect now. She's not all upset over the reaction. Jibri is furious and so upset over the reaction. And as you just said, you guys didn't cook it. You reheated it.
Yeah.
They're not it's not a commentary on your cooking skills.
No.
Right. It's like if you went through the Burger King drive-thru and then the family was like, I don't love these burgers. And you got pissed. You bought the food from somewhere else and just served it.
No, they should have. Dude, boil some pasta, put a pasta sauce on it. Done. Some Parmesan cheese. Come on.
Yeah. That's it. Right. For Jibri and Miona. Yeah. So better luck next time. Next time, make something from scratch.
All right, let's talk about our next couple, the old lady and the young man.
Oh, this old lady.
Cara and Guillermo.
So they just landed in the States, right? He got through immigration. All is well. Guillermo is very fascinated with livestock.
I love it. And with is it called hay bales?
Hay bales.
I love those too. We have those in Czech. I used to climb on top of everything and when I was
adorable.
a child.
That's very adorable.
And I was pretending it's a horse.
Okay.
But I was familiar with hay bales.
Yeah, Guillermo loves it all.
He's like so organized, so beautiful.
We love it too. We still, because I have not seen as much livestock in my area where I grew up in Connecticut as I do now when we drive through the South. And we love seeing all the horses.
We do.
We love seeing the cows. And
We say hello.
We say hello to them as we drive by.
It's like our game to keep ourselves up when we drive. When we see a livestock, we say hello.
Horse.
Hello.
Hello. And I maybe one of the highlights of my life to this date was when I communicated with a cow when we were in North Carolina.
We were in Asheville.
We were at the
Biltmore
Biltmore.
Estate,
The Biltmore.
yes.
And there was like an area. Because it's a
Beautiful
huge
cows.
property. I mean, so many acres.
Huge.
And there was just a bunch of cows just napping.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit him with my best moo.
You booed.
I booed.
Like in Czech, I told John, in Czech we boo.
Yes,
and he booed.
Cows don't moo, cows boo. I did my best boo, and a cow stood up.
And started looking
wa-
around.
and
I started walking.
over
It was
to
so
me.
beautiful.
And I was like, am I speaking cow right now?
You
Look
were.
at me. Look at me.
You're so good at
Bilingual.
languages.
Look at me,
You're
bilingual.
so good at languages.
So good. So when Guillermo was in love with these animals, I was too. And he's like, I used to watch a dog hunting show. Right? Did he say it was a dog? Which I don't know what that means, sir. I don't think they were hunting
That you
dogs.
hunt with dogs.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was filmed in the South, and I really want to pick up this Southern accent.
It's like Alabama.
That's
Like this.
That's Theresa's Southern accent.
I am from Georgia, Alabama, the Carolinas. It's pretty good, right?
So good.
Pretty good.
It's really good. Almost as good as my cow. There'll be a Southerner knocking on our door at any minute. Just you wait. So it's their first morning in America now. They're waking up wearing matching pajama pants, right? Did you see that? And they clearly banged. They broke in that bed.
Broken in.
They broke it in, all right. Yeah. So Guillermo starts to unpack, and he needs a few more things.
So, okay. I was thinking about this, right? She is playing the mature one. He is the younger one. Yes, right?
Let's remind everyone.
She's 29. He's 23.
They're both in their 20s. Yes.
I feel like they both are very immature. But then I think back when you and I started dating, I was in my mid-20s, literally. I was 25. You were in your 20s too.
29, yeah.
And were we this immature? Because I feel like her...
No!
And not even him, this whole thing, like how she runs things seems very immature. And you know why? Because she's trying so hard to be mature.
She wants to be a mom, or she wants to be this adult in the room.
And I feel like it was so annoying to me because I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I was definitely immature until way later than I should have been, right? Whatever. But I feel like as a couple, we weren't.
Maturity is not like drinking. It's not like, oh, once you hit 21, you can drink. Once you hit 18, you're mature. No, you could be mature when you're 16. You could be immature when you're 60.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
for sure.
The number doesn't matter. It's your personality. And yeah, they're both a little immature, and that's fine. But stop pretending you're so mature.
That's what bothers
Stop
me.
pretending you're mothering him. There's no reason to infantilize him and mother him.
But at the same time, he wants to be portrayed as an adult and a grown-up, and then he opens his mouth, and you're like, come on. Like, think about things.
Well, so what are you referring to? Because he wants a computer.
He wants a computer because he goes like, well, I need a few things. Like, I need my own computer. And did he say a bike?
I heard the computer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he might have mentioned a bike, right? And she goes like, well, that's not something we need right now. I am just starting my career.
Yes.
You cannot work for a while. We have 6K in savings, apparently from him selling things in the DR, right?
Yes.
They do need to be smart because you buy a computer, you buy this, right? All right, now you have 4K in your savings. You cannot work for at least, let's say, 6 months. How is that going to work?
So I can take both sides of this argument because I can take the side of, you guys have a computer. Kara said she has a computer. You only need one. And then I could take the side of the argument where you could go to Best Buy and get a computer for $300.
Well,
it's
is
not
that
be
the computer he wants? I'm pretty sure he wants a MacBook.
Beggars can't be choosers here. You get the computer you can afford. And so I see both sides of the argument. The biggest issue to me is when Guillermo says, well, if I use your computer, I'm going to touch something. You're going to get mad at me. That's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't he use your computer without you getting mad at him?
I was going to say, get an iPad and a keyboard.
But an iPad is as expensive as an actual computer. You could literally go to Best Buy right now and get a decent HP for probably $300-$400. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while, but I know they're not MacBook prices, right? You can't get a MacBook for under $1,100.
Sure, but at the same time, when buying a computer, or at least when I'm buying a computer, I'm buying something that I hope it will last.
Sure.
I'm not buying a computer for a year or two. I'm buying a computer for 5+ years, hopefully.
You hope.
Yeah.
My other question is, why do you want this computer?
And that's my thing.
Are you setting up a gaming system like Pedro? Like, what are you
Probably.
gonna do with this computer?
Because he's gonna have, let's say, 90 days. He cannot do anything. They get married, applied for a green card. If he is lucky with nowadays immigration being backed up, he'll get his work permit within the next 3 to 5 months, which puts him to at least 6 to 9 months of not being able to work.
Yeah.
They need to be saving money because they live in Virginia. Like, Virginia is not the cheapest state.
No, they're definitely paying a decent price for rent. But tell me, if you want this computer, before I would say no, I would say, well, why? What do you need it for?
True.
And sure, you need 2 computers if you're both working from home. If you're both going to have a job and she's on her computer doing hers and you're going to be trying to study, which I don't know what he's going to do. He speaks English fine, so I can't even say like, oh, you're going to be on Duolingo studying. But tell me what you're going to do on this computer. And then I might go, you know what? That makes sense. So when if you are studying for a trade or something, when you finally get your work permit or you get your visa, then you can just jump right into it. Fine, that makes sense. But let's talk about it. Don't just say I want a computer and then you tell me no and be like, I'll get you a toothbrush instead.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. And Guillermo, you can tell, gets upset because he says, she's not my mom. Right. And we see this time and time again with this couple, and it's only been 4 episodes. She's mothering him. She is. She's mothering him.
She is. But again, at the same time, they both, and I think she's trying to be smart. He needs to understand where she's coming from. She needs to approach it better. As you said, if she asks, all right, well, why do you need a computer? Instead, he's just like, okay, half of the money is mine. Like, it's my money. I sold my things in the DR. So if I want to buy a computer, I want to buy a computer, right?
Yeah. And that's a great point, too. It's his money.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, you're going to buy a computer. Cool. She's going to take a while until she sells some houses. The rent is due every month, unfortunately.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Again, conversation. And can I have a computer? No. That's not a conversation. That's a question and answer.
Yeah.
Have a conversation and then copulate.
Guys, call us if you have any questions. I mean, Guillermo and Cara will help you out. We'll chit chat.
We'll do what we can. Only so much time in the day. All right. Next couple, Bilal, Shaida.
Bilal and Shaida.
Shaida just learned about the prank. Not thrilled about the test, but
she's still upset.
But she says she's grateful. You know, she read Bilal's shirt. Now she's grateful to be at her real home now. And she's not going to be alone because Bilal's family is coming over.
Yeah, so at least he didn't fully lie about that, because first I was mad at him because he told her, all right, let's go. We're going to mom's house.
Yeah, right. So she got hyped up to meet mom. Yeah.
So at least she didn't get hyped up for nothing because mom is coming. Mom Halala.
Yes. Yes.
I
think you pronounced that right.
Neferti and Rahim.
Yes.
Rahim is the brother Nefertiti we met.
Yes.
And
It
they're
was,
on the way.
It was, I found it funny. I don't know if you caught this. It was just this littlest moment where Shida's in the kitchen alone when Bilal goes to answer the door, and she's like trying to figure out how to pose.
Oh, I missed that.
So when mom comes in the kitchen, she's got a good pose.
I mean, it's a big deal meeting the parents.
It was great. I loved it because you could tell she wants to make a good first impression.
It's a huge deal, guys. And I feel like you got off very easily because you met my dad at the airport.
And there was only so much I could say. Ahoy, Yexamash.
Yeah.
And then
you met my mom when she welcomed you with a couple of shots.
Hello, yeah.
Right? Like, I was so nervous meeting your parents. So nervous.
You were breaking out in hives.
I literally, to the point that we had to go shopping that morning to get me something that covers my hives.
Yeah, we were running around H&M.
It was also, I had allergies too, but it was really hot outside and I couldn't wear a t-shirt. I needed something with a collar, but light. So we were running around H&M trying to find something I can wear.
And then we took the train to Connecticut, went to the house, and we've told this story before. Long story short, we didn't know. I didn't know. You knew you were going to meet my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were going to meet my entire extended family, and I didn't either. We get to the house, and instead of the 4 dining room chairs that are normally around the table, there was like 12.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, why are there all these chairs set up? Well, we're having people over for Father's Day. So you ended up meeting my mom, dad, sister, uncle, aunt,
I met your
grandma.
sister prior.
Yeah, but it was you just dove right into the pool all at once.
It was a family affair.
Yeah, so I just thought it was very funny, her trying to hit that right pose. And then they come.
I feel her.
They come in, nice big group hug. They all sit down to eat. And Halal is like, so thoughts on the prank? What did you think?
So I hated Bilal here, and I've hated him before. So far, I just hated Bilal.
Yes, you're not alone.
He's like throwing her under the bus.
That, and he's so proud of the prank that he can't read Shida's face. He's still so proud of this prank. He's like, everyone knew about the prank. The whole family pitched in. They all helped. It's like, bro, stop talking about the prank.
And he's like, yeah, she did not like the house. She was like, are we gonna live here?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you doing this? She's there to impress your mom, not for your mom to think that she's a gold digger.
Right. Help her out a little bit. You know,
she's
paint
not
her
a
good
gold digger. Like,
no.
I'm totally. We all are with her. No one wants to live in a moldy house, right?
Yeah.
No one wants to live in a house that you're thinking like, is the ceiling gonna fall on my head tonight or tomorrow morning? Like, no one wants that.
Right. And Shida basically says, well, when I saw the house, it took me back in time. Felt like my grandmother's house. Like she's trying. Family laughs it off, basically. They weren't offended, which was
because it's
good.
true. It was the grandmother. They grew up there. I get it. But again, if someone lived there nowadays, I'm sure the house would have looked differently.
100%. Probably would have had a sink.
Yeah.
For starters.
Like, it's just so stupid. Like, I got so pissed at Bilal. What a moron.
Yeah. And so then Nefertari asks Shida about kids. And because we know Bilal has kids, so she's going to become this bonus mom, right? Shida says, I love kids. And I have a sister. She has kids. They're like my kids. I'm always taking care of her kids. And so I think I'll be able to adapt to Bilal's kids. I think it's going to work out well. And she ends that thought with, I want kids. Bilal, I don't think wants more kids.
But I think he might cave in to have one more for Shida.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the money. Come on.
I'm glad Bilal can't get pregnant because he would probably pull a prank and be like, so I'm pregnant. Just want to see how you react. And then you'd be like, I'm just kidding. I'm not pregnant. It's a prank. It's hilarious, right? I'm not pregnant. Come on. What are you thinking?
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. You can tell that he has no personality.
Yeah.
He has a personality.
He's as bland as his home decorations.
Oh, yeah. He has no sense of humor because if that was a prank, We're not laughing, Bilal.
It was
Like, no
bad.
one is laughing.
It was a bad prank.
Like, his mom seemed to have a good,
Yeah, the whole family.
Yeah, the whole family.
Seemed light and
Bilal-
fun and
Bill seems like he has a stick shoved up his butt.
shove it up my butt.
Shove it up my butt.
Bilal goes, yeah, I like children. I always wanted more. However, you get older, things change when you have a kid, and so I don't know. They're not on the same page. And even Halala tells the camera, I think there are some things they need to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
They need to compromise. Halala understands one of the 3 C's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, compromise, communication, copulate. Halala's onto it.
I love that you remember copulate.
That's yours. That's your,
I know,
That's
but
your
I'm-
contribution.
But you didn't know about it.
Well, once I steel trap. Once I learn it,
Copulate.
I won't forget. Oh, we will. Nefertari asks when's the wedding, and basically says you guys should plan to spend some time together before the wedding.
And that's kind of what Shaida said.
Don't rush
She's like,
it.
well, we'll figure it out. We'll first vibe it out and then see if we want to be together.
Smart.
Smart.
Yeah, she's not forgetting about the prank that easily.
Oh, and she shouldn't. It was dumb. Dumb AF.
Very dumb. Hope you learned your lesson, Bilal.
I doubt it, but I'm here for it.
All right, last couple. All right,
Ari and Baby.
Ari and Baby packing up to head to the States. Tension still high after the wine throwing. But Baby says, I want to go say goodbye to my family. I want to go to lunch, be able to say goodbye, have them say goodbye to Avi. You can come, Ari, if you want. I think you should. Let's smooth it over. But Ari, no, hard pass.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I have to take Ari's side on this one.
I do. That was my note. I wrote, I'll take Ari's side on this one.
Because, and I love your sister to death. Hello, Rachel.
What's up,
but
Rachel?
If your sister threw wine at me after we've been having issues for a long time for basically something that was your fault, and then they don't want to apologize, I would be like, I don't think we're going to be friends.
Yeah. Again, it was Baby's news to break to his family that he was moving. It's not
Absolutely.
it's not on Ari to
Absolutely.
share that.
When we
news.
were moving, I would never go behind your back and tell everyone. I'm like, you tell your family.
Yeah, great
you told
point.
them together.
Great point.
But yeah, I would never be like, oh, guys, we're moving, but wait for John to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, it was absolutely Baby's fault. They should have thrown the wine at his face if they were pissed over this thing. But Ari had nothing to do with it. She didn't have to tell them anything.
Speaking of Ari having nothing to do with it, I wish we were watching this in real time and commenting on it, because I would love for you to clock how many times Ari has possession, not the right word, but has possession of Avi in this entire episode.
What do you mean?
So they're packing, right?
Yeah.
Ari's getting her hair done.
By Mimi.
By
yeah.
Mimi.
I wish I had a Mimi.
Yeah. You have a me. I could braid your hair. I would braid your hair.
Really?
I could do a braid.
No, you can't.
I used to make bracelets. I used to do these like string bracelets when I was younger, and I would sell them at the beach and make many cents. I would make many cents. But so she doesn't have Avi there. Then just watch, and I'll mention it throughout this segment. She doesn't ever hold Avi or oversee or care for Avi. Watch. So we get to this next scene. It's Baby meeting up for lunch with his family. He wants to settle everything. He wants to get their blessing before he leaves. Mimi and Wish are kind of like, oh, where's Ari? And Baby says she's packing. I invited her, but she wanted space. And Wish says, good decision.
You see, and that's why I took Ari's side. If Wish was like, oh, you know what? I wish I wish she would have come. Maybe I could have talked to her. Maybe we could have apologized. Then I would be like, yeah, Ari probably should have come. But yeah, like it's not like Ari doesn't want to have anything to do with them. They don't want to have anything to do with her either.
100%. And the producers even ask, oh, do you feel like you guys should say sorry, Ari? And they're like, nope. No. And so, yeah, I get it. I'm sort of team Ari here. Mimi ends up getting all emotional, very sad. Baby's actually leaving. But they say at the end of the day, we're rooting for your happiness. We want what's best for you. We want what's best for Avi. And they also bring up Baby's first kid, who is in the States. And they pray that he'll be able to see his first kid. Now, we've heard some things. I don't think we've talked about. We may have talked about it on our live, but not on the pod, where people are talking, oh, maybe Baby will see his first kid. And the news that's out there is that he kind of signed over custody to his first wife because he wasn't willing to pay child support.
Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, depends what the agreement was, obviously, I don't know. But paying an American child support from Ethiopia, I don't think it would be,
feasible.
Possible.
Yeah.
No way.
Right.
And maybe who knows what happened.
Especially he's got his own kid now. He's got Ari, and we know Fred and Janice are paying for that. Are Fred and Janice going to pay for child support for Baby's first kid? No.
I mean, they may.
They may. Not anymore. I think they're bankrupt, but we don't know. So who knows if he'll see his first kid. But Baby ends up saying, come to the airport. You guys should come to the airport. Say goodbye. You'll be able to say goodbye to Ari. And then they go their separate ways.
Yeah, we learned that Janice and Fred filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't read the article, so I don't want to say too much about it.
Yeah, no, me neither. I just hope they did it like Michael Scott.
I declare bankruptcy. That's
That's not how you do it, Michael.
It's the only way to do it. Okay. So cut to Ari, Baby, and Avi heading to the airport. And this is where I say, did you notice Mimi was holding Avi the entire
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that.
The entire ride. And okay, maybe she wants to spend her she wants to spend the last minutes with Avi. But I'm telling you, if you keep an eye, it's never Ari. So Ari's sitting there, arms crossed. Mimi's in the back holding Avi. I have a feeling when they touch down in America, Avi's going to go straight to Janice. We'll see. They get to the airport. Baby's family's there. They don't want to see Ari, right? So Ari hides in the van very awkwardly.
Which I thought was very rude. Like, you don't have to be friends, but you can say hi and bye.
You spent a significant amount of time together.
Yeah.
You are a family, whether you like it or not. Say hi, bye, safe travels, end of sentence.
Yes.
That's it, right? They won't do it. Mimi and Wish want to go say goodbye to Avi. So they go to the van to try to say goodbye to Avi. Ari won't allow it. And again, Mimi's sitting there holding the baby. It wasn't even Ari holding Avi saying, no, I don't want you to say goodbye. It was Ari sitting there by herself, Mimi with Avi going, no, you can't say goodbye. Crazy.
I missed that.
Right?
Okay.
So Sister Mimi tells the camera, Ari's evil. If Avi wasn't born, I don't even think this relationship would last. I think it would be short.
Which I think that too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they had so many issues that if there was no baby,
there'd be no baby.
I don't think there would be baby.
Yeah, Ari would be with Lavender.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially. So Baby's family leaves. They board the plane. On the plane, Avi is with Baby.
Oh, that's right.
Baby is holding Avi in the seat while they're flying. Ari is off on her own seat in the other aisle. They touch down. Baby is pushing the stroller with Avi. Ari is not. It's unbelievable if you look at it and you clock all these moments.
That.
Yeah. No, I started to pick up on it. I go, let me pay attention to this. Yeah. Not saying anything. I'm just saying keep an eye.
That's good. I mean,
keep an eye.
Have the baby.
That's good. So that is it, right? That's the episode. No. Oh my God.
You get it done.
You will get it done. Oh my God. Yeah, none of that. So maybe Eve is busy installing the bidet, but we'll see. That is the episode. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at Married to Reality Pod. It is where we go live. It is where we post memes. It is where we keep you updated with all things related to this podcast. So follow us there. Follow us on Facebook, Married to Reality. Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Yes. Smash like it's as hot as this season.
Come on,
And
guys.
yes, I said it.
Come on.
It's hot.
It's so hot.
It's hot.
It
It's
could
hot.
cool off. It could cool off at any
But it
minute.
can get hotter.
It could cool off at any
can get
minute.
hotter.
Right now, the stove is preheating, I would say. All right. Thank you again for the reviews, Katie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. If you haven't left one, please do. All right. Thank you in advance for that. I have said it all. Have you said it all?
I've said it all.
All right. That means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.